Okay, so last night I was out at a jazz show and I was making some new friends. We started exchanging backstories, and I mentioned that I was a musician myself, passionate about music, fascinated, and that I was working as an engineer, that I had been a music major in college, but also studied math. And whenever I say this, people are surprised. But in this video, I want to explain to you that actually music and math have a lot in common. Here's the first example. I was out one time at a open mic where the person coming for open mic could come up and be backed by the house band. And when someone that's not experienced comes up and tries to count in the band, sometimes they go 1, 2, 3, and they think that that means like, okay, start. But if you're a musician, you know that the count in actually means more than that. The 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't just mean go, it's establishing the pulse that the band is supposed to follow. Not only for us setting the tempo is counting important, but the band knows how many times to play this chord or that chord, and they know how many times to do one section before changing over to the other one. So the first example, at the most basic level, is that a band cannot stay together if everybody is not counting. Now, for the second reason, I'm going to tell you a little bit about physics, the very physics of how sound waves work. When you listen to a pitch, and then you listen to another pitch that's in harmony with that pitch, the reason those two notes sound harmonious together is because there is a mathematical ratio between the frequency of each sound wave. So when I go, that note has a particular sound wave, and the rate that the sound wave is going up and down is a certain number of up and downs per second. That's called frequency. And when a note is in harmony with another note, it's because their frequency is in a mathematical ratio. If it sounds dissonant and not harmonious, that's because the mathematical frequency is not in a ratio. So that's what dissonance is. That's why it sounds bad to your brain, because your brain is expecting mathematical harmony and it's not getting that. Now, the final reason would be the importance of musical instruments, right? It's impossible to think of music apart from instruments, except maybe your voice, but instruments have to be invented. They're engineered by somebody. From the earliest drum, bum, 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 to the most modern computerized synthesizer, electronic, whatever, that has to be invented by somebody. And after it's invented by someone with an engineering type brain, it is then taken by someone with a artistic type brain, and that person takes the invention and learns how to use it to express emotion. So whenever people are surprised that art and music and mathematics and technology could all be, that one person could be interested in all of those things, I would say that shouldn't be so surprising, because art is evolving along with the technology, and technology and engineering is evolving alongside the art. They're not separate or in competition. They're in harmony. They evolve together and they inform one another. And so if you're an engineer, I would say it's really worthwhile to understand music. And if you're a musician, it's really worthwhile to understand the engineering behind your instrument. End rant.